Doma Sports Talk worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now, baby, you got Alexander Usyk versus Anthony Joshua. That's the big fight on the weekend coming up August 20th. It's going to be a big fight. It's a heavyweight unification fight. We've been talking about it a little bit. It's important, right? Like I say, 3 belts on the line in heavyweight division. It's the rematch, Anthony Joshua's revenge, so to speak. So let's see what's happening. Now, of course, the promoters are talking. It's the lead up. It's what happens in the lead up of a big fight. And Eddie Hearn talks when it ain't no lead up. So this is Eddie Hearn we're talking about. So Eddie Hearn is saying things, all the time. Sometimes I agree, sometimes I don't. This is one I don't. I don't really agree with. But let's see. The thing is, Eddie Hearn said, hey, Anthony Joshua has a whole lot of options after the fight, win or lose after the Usyk fight. He disagrees with Johnny Nelson, who has been saying of late that he thinks that Anthony Joshua will retire. I talked about that. And on another thing, a sidebar. Didn't I tell you guys that Johnny Nelson fancies himself against Alexander Usyk if he was in his prime? Told you that. Go back and look at Johnny Nelson and then you'll understand why he thinks he would have a good chance against Alexander Usyk himself. But Johnny Nelson was saying that Anthony Joshua might retire if he loses, and that's because he doesn't want to be, an also-ran. He wants to be, the top guy, or, he's not going to just hang around like Derek Chisora style and just want to fight, and just be a prize fighter. He wouldn't have to because he's so rich in the first place. So that's Johnny Nelson's mindset there. But Eddie Hearn has said, man, that ain't happening. Eddie Hearn is like telling, of all the options, like for example, there's still the Dillian Whyte fight out there for Anthony Joshua. You win or lose. If he wins, then there's the Tyson Fury fight out there. Win or lose, there's probably the Alexander Usyk trilogy, right? And here's the one that I disagree with, because he says it after a loss. He's like, after a loss, the Deontay Wilder fight's out there. And he also said that he's already gotten in touch with Wilder's people, Shelley Finkel, and hasn't had a response. I don't know what to say on that one. I don't know if to believe it or not. Let's say he did, but I just don't personally think if Anthony Joshua loses to Usyk, especially by KO, that anyone is going to want to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder, right? If Anthony Joshua loses close fight, probably got a little bit robbed, a split decision, and he's still upright and everything, right? But he's just barely lost the fight, then maybe. Then that's a probable something that I think could possibly happen then. It depends on how Anthony Joshua were to lose. But if he loses by KO, I just don't see the demand for him versus Deontay Wilder happening. I'm not going to elaborate so much because there's so much going on this week with them talking before the fight that there's going to probably be a video or two more coming. I just want to see what y'all think about that. Do you really think that if Alexander Usyk beats Anthony Joshua per KO, that you're going to want to see Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder if he were to come back? Let me know what you think. I don't think there will be a demand for that fight under those circumstances. Let's see. Doma Sports Talk worldwide. And I am up out of here, y'all.